Hello everyone, this is Beastly Eel, and in today's episode we're going to be talking about the premiere of Hawkeye. So today, the first two episodes of Hawkeye aired, each being close to an hour. I think the first one was like 48 minutes and the other one was 51. Don't quote me on it, but they were close to an hour. So I'm going to talk briefly on the episodes and then talk about where I think the series is going to go. So in the first episode, we really get to see who Kate Bishop is and how she became who she is. So we see her during the first Avengers movie, where she sees New York basically getting destroyed, her dad dies, and watching Hawkeye with just a bow and arrow taking out aliens left and right. So during her time after her dad died, she decided to learn several types of martial arts. She took on archery because of her favorite superhero, which happened to be Hawkeye, and started to train as best she could. She was a champion in archery, she was a champion in martial arts, but she wanted to continue on. So we automatically see that she's one, very rich. She's from a very rich family. But we also see that she's really trying to prove herself and get better. So when she gets back, she finds out her mom's engaged to this jerk, who she's not a big fan of. I mean, we don't necessarily know he's a jerk, but she thinks he is. So she follows him down, and they have like this secret auction where Ronan's, aka Hawkeye, but nobody knows that it's Hawkeye's, Ronan's suit and sword being auctioned off. So there's a huge explosion, and there's these guys breaking in, and they're apparently, and I'm not even making this up, the sweatsuit mafia or tracksuit mafia. Yeah, I can't make this up. I'm really disappointed in the name, and I'm glad they make in front of it, make fun of it in the actual show because everyone else is going to be. So anyway, she goes in, steals the suit, and starts beating up the bad guys. She escapes. She gets on the news because of it. She then starts hunting down other people. She goes to her soon-to-be stepdad's uncle and finds him dead with a sword through him. Well, a sword wound, not a sword through him. We don't know there was a sword yet until later. So she leaves, and now the tracksuit mafia are after her, and she has to fight. So this is where Hawkeye, who happens to be in New York, who's watched a shitty musical, Rogers, and then goes helps her out. Now, granted, he is not being altruistic during this time because he just wants Ronan to die. He doesn't like the character. He was from a dark time of his life. So he goes and takes all the bad guys out, and then he goes to take Ronan away, and he realizes it's Kate Bishop. Well, the tracksuit mafia realize it's Kate Bishop because one, she's been to her house, and two, her name's on the goddamn door. Yeah, shocking, right? So anyway, they now fight. Her place goes to cinders, um, and she now teams up with Hawkeye. Um, So the first episode ends with them actually seeing each other's faces, and then the next episode starts right where it left off. So anyway, they start working together. We already talked about the house burning up, or her apartment burning up, I should say. She then realizes that her stepdad's really good at fencing, um, and he was lying about his sword skills, and she pointed out very obviously because she knows that his uncle died from a sword wound. And in fact, when he offers her a piece of candy, it actually has his uncle's name embroidered on it, like the ones that was at his house. So she then runs away and tries to call Hawkeye. Now, Hawkeye is turning himself in now that he has the suit and um, I don't know, he does not have the sword, so just the suit, which is a hilarious way he had to get it. He had to go LARPing. For those of you who don't know what that is, a live action role playing. I almost forgot what the P was. It was definitely a funny scene, but he's just so serious. Um, and so anyway, he gets a suit and basically calls and follows around so people will know that he's around, and then the tracksuit mafia pick him up. Now, Kate tracks his cell phone, finds him, breaks in, falls through the glass, and tries to save him while they all tie them up again. He did it on purpose because he wanted them to know who he is, that he is Ronan, but she kind of messed that up a little bit. So the episode ends with us meeting Echo. Now we don't know officially it's Echo, but we know it's Echo. Um, she's the deaf superhero that I talked about a couple of probably like a week ago. I don't remember, several videos ago. Um, and that's how the episode ends. So we're definitely going to be seeing in this show Hawkeye's redemption, trying to basically remedy the sins he caused in the past. Um, we're also going to see Kate Bishop take on the role of Hawkeye permanently. I don't know if we're going to see it in this season or if there's going to be multiple seasons for that to happen, but I think it's going to happen rather quickly. Um, and I like that there was a specific moment that Kate Bishop was talking about Hawkeye and why he's not so well known like the others, and it's because he doesn't really market himself, and he as a hero doesn't think that that's a way you should be doing it. And she's explaining that you want to inspire hope, and you can't do that being the sad, sulking one all the time. And like, I thought that was very interesting, especially because her character is so much different than his. She's much more inspirational than he is. Even though, granted, it's still early, but it's definitely she seems much more uplifting than him. So I'm interested to see because Echo is a good guy in the comics, but she started off being misled. So I wonder if this is the same thing here. We're gonna have to wait and see, obviously. We also, there's a lot of hints about Black Widow, Natasha. So it'd be very interesting to see when her sister's gonna get involved. But there's still 4 more episodes, I believe. There might even be more for all I know. But there's definitely several episodes left, so it would be interesting to see where it goes from here. But we know the next episode is definitely gonna be some sort of fight or talking point with Echo, which is hilarious since she can't hear, but I imagine she can read lips, so it shouldn't be that difficult. But as always, if you like the content you see, please like and subscribe below. Other than that, this is going to be Beastly Eel signing out. Have a good night.